Hello everybody, welcome back to the Landedkiller show. Today, our focus is going to be on how do you feel about World of Warships, and I'm going to give my thoughts about how I feel about World of Warships, and you guys in the comments below can give your thoughts about World of Warships. Thank you and enjoy the video. About the game currently, this video is in part inspired by Zoop's video about the future of World of Warships. I will say I did take some inspiration from the Zoop view, just to clear up all the nonsense. But one of the things I wanted to talk about is kind of like how I'm feeling about World of Warships. I'm feeling that World of Warships is kind of stuck in a rut right now. I feel like they can't decide what they want the future of the game to be. Which is why I think they introduced submarines and super ships into the mix, because they think that it's going to take a lot more than just the current offerings. And I agree with that, but honestly, I agree with Soup in saying that there should be new modes, new maps, stuff that actually holds interest. You know what I mean? That sort of a thing. That's honestly what I'm trying to. That's honestly what I would like to see, is more maps that we can actually play on instead of the same old maps over and over again. You know, just gets tiring. Sorry about missing yesterday's video. Today's just to make up for it. I've just been sort of having a lot of stuff to deal with in real life, if you get what my drift is with that. Sometimes the in real life stuff comes first, if you get what I mean. I do care about the channel's future, I really do, and I think that we're going to get to 1,000 subs in under 100 days here. I truly believe it. Hope you guys liked the Christmas message. That was Varun from Fiverr. I hired him to sit there and make that little message for you all. Hope you liked it. Otherwise, back onto important matters. What would Landedkiller like to see inside World of Warships? Well, I think Landedkiller wants to see some old classics return. Like, I want to see Ultimate Frontier return for sure. That's number one, and then number two is I want the space battles to return. Number three, I want a new mode. I want a new mode which lets you actually fight historical ships versus historical ships. I mean, heck, that's part of the game's marketing right there, is fighting historical ships. Yet we don't have a fighting historical ships mode yet. I know that we have a lot of paper ships, you know, in the game, but still I think it could work. Just make the cutoff point ships that were actually laid down and call it good. That's what I would say anyway. So many good ships that we don't have yet to be in the game still, you know? Ones you wouldn't even think about. I'm afraid from here on out, though, it's going to be a lot of paper designs. Repulse was like one of the last major warships to actually be included in the game. There's probably some from other nations, but as among the major naval powers, I think Repulse is one of the last ones. I can't really think of any others right now. Really can't, unless it's from like South America, one of the South American countries, or one of the lesser known European countries. I think we've just about got every single ship that was major to World War II in here, besides maybe some types of destroyers and submarines. That's about it. That's all I see left, so I can see why they're pointing into the super ships now, but my opinion is always going to remain the same. My opinion on super ships is this. I can accept the fact to have another tier above me. What I don't like is the special mechanics. That's what I really don't like. I really think it doesn't belong in the game. That's what I'm going to tell people for years afterwards. I never thought the special mechanics belonged. The burst fire stuff is just very arcadey. Very arcadey and very dumb, in my opinion, but they're going to keep introducing ships with these kind of gimmicks in them, I'm afraid. What's next? An auto-reloading Yamato class ship? I mean, come on. I know that Satsumo doesn't do that it just gets an accuracy buff, but come on. Didn't you just see Wargaming being so silly and introducing a variant of Yamato that has that auto reloader nonsense on it? I could see him doing it and then making it a special tier 11 special super ship and all that. Maybe they would change it so it'd be like dual guns, like a two guns in the front, 2 guns in the back. Trying to maneuver this ship while I'm talking. Oh, a Shikishima, you don't have to see these every day. But yeah, you get what I'm saying? Just imagine like you got the Shikishima, but instead it's the Yamato's caliber of guns. Woo! Look at that! We took them out with 1 hit. That's rare, 5 citadels in 1 hit. That's gotta be an achievement right there, but why not? Why no achievement for that? I don't get it. As I was saying, I think it should be very clear by now what we should expect, because I could see them doing a variant of Yamato super ship, right? Except it's 460 caliber and it's dual guns, right? It's dual turrets, not triples, so dual like Shikishima, but it gets burst fire. I could see him doing it. Doing just 2 bursts. 2 bursts. And now I'm giving Wargaming ideas. I'm being silly. Alright, we're not done here. We're going in for another round here. Find a good ship here. As you can see, I'm kind of grinding out my steel here. I've gotten it whittled down quite a bit. Which ship? You know what? Get Repulse in here. We gotta pull Repulse out. I'll be frank with you all. I wailed. Okay, I wailed and I got Marlboro. I should have waited, but I just get excited when I see so many guns on a ship. But this video isn't about Marlboro. It's about the future of the game, right? How we feel about ships. So as for me, I feel like ships is stuck in a rut. Like I said before, our main problem right now is lack of new content that isn't ships. Okay, we got plenty of ships. We need new ways to battle in these ships. That's the main issue in my point of view. We need to encourage Wargaming to develop more scenarios, to develop an Axis versus Allies game mode, like I was talking about earlier with the historical ships. So now that brings me back to an earlier point. So with the come on, stop spamming it. Brings me back to an earlier point. What modes do we need? What should we see? Well, for me, I'd like to see them develop more operations like Operation Cherry Blossom. I think that we need to root some stuff in historical accuracy, not just be silly about it. I mean, geez, we got... Heck, an easy one would be just chasing down Graf Spee. Having to hunt down Graf Spee and then a bunch of German ships just keep coming at you while you go chase down Graf Spee. That's partially based on historical events, and then have another one where you're chasing down not Tirpitz, but Bismarck, you know? Heck, you could do one for Bismarck and for Tirpitz if you really wanted to. Just have a bunch of ships of that nation go face the player. It's not that hard. Heck. So many scenarios they could base on historical accuracy, it's ridiculous. And Repulse has its share of significant naval action during World War II. I think it was involved in hunting down the Graf Spee, if I recall correctly. Heck. I gotta say that Repulse handles well. This is my second battle in Repulse. I'll eventually show Marlboro on a future gameplay just so you can see how she plays. I've just had a very busy week. No, that's why I only got out a temp run video today. Plus, I've gotten advice from people, you know, and they're saying I should put out less videos. So I want you guys to comment down below. Do you want me to put out a Warships video and a temp run video every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, or would you rather I just alternate off and make Wednesday's temp run day and make Monday and Friday all the Warships days? I don't know. It's like Zoop was saying, it's kind of hard to make content when you played the game for so long sometimes. I think my main issue right now is I'm just kind of getting annoyed with the super ships. Burst fire mechanic. I feel like if that's on too many ships, I'm not going to be able to keep playing at the same level I used to. You know? It's kind of why I started the other channels to begin with, just to give myself a little bit of a break from ships when I want to, you know? It's not that Ships is a terrible game, it's just that I feel the developers make really poor decisions with how they choose to introduce new ships into the game. Such as super ships and submarines. Like, honestly, like I said in a video a long time ago, I feel like the super ships could have been tested well enough on the test server if they had incentivized people with coal and steel. So what if it devalues steel a little bit? It would have drawn enough people, in my opinion. That's how you draw people in, is you sit there and you incentivize them with coal and steel. It's not that hard. Throw in a couple research points if you want. Jeez. A lot of people act like they wouldn't go onto the test server for that, but I just know they would. Because we're all trying to get steel, for being honest with you. Honestly, if we had like the ability to get all the steel ships, we would. As for me, I'm probably gonna end up getting Shikishima or Burgon, then using the remaining steel on Tulsa. Get Tulsa for free out of that. You know? Honestly, I have expected Wargaming to introduce a new currency by now. I'm glad that they haven't. I'm very glad that they haven't, because it seemed like for the last 2 years it was new currency every year. In 2018, I think it was either 2018 or 2019 where it was coal and steel, and then 2019 to 2020 then it was research bureau points, I want to say. Counting all the different times we've gotten different token events. At the end of the day, I want to see more maps. I want to see more game modes that are actually exciting. Arms Race is a good start, but I want to see more historical game modes. That's where I'm coming from. More historical game modes. Can't blame me for saying that. As for historical videos where we go ship versus ship, I'm kind of limited to the tech tree at the moment unless I get some volunteers that have the right premium ships. So if you have a specific historical battle that you'd like to recreate or something, and you have the right ships for it, then let's go at it. Let's give it a go. But if we don't have the right ships for it, then it's no point, you know? I'd like to make it a thing with my subscribers where I pick out, where a couple of you volunteer and we reenact an historical battle and we make it into a video. I'd like to actually do that with you guys. I feel like it would be a good activity for us. Honestly, I'm looking for people to help me out with that, because I can, like, I'm thinking right now, like, hunting the Graf Spey down. Like, I can grab out Ark Royal and I can play Ark Royal, but I'm gonna need somebody else to play the other ships. You know? That's one thing I've thought about, but as for closing on this video, I'm gonna say that I want to see more maps. I want to see new game modes based on historical events and scenarios based on historical events, because right now so many of our scenarios are gone. What is this? Aegis. Take ships back and protect men. Okay, that's somewhat historical. Rescue Raptor. Maybe. Alright. No. Killer Whale. Sorta. Not really. Naval Station Newport. Sorta. I think Aegis is the most historically accurate out of all of them. If I had to say my input on it. I want to see a scenario where you hunt down the Graf Spey. Can't be the only one that wants that. Then another one where you hunt down the Bismarck. Like a special game mode or something like that. Okay, I guess I'll be nice enough to show off Marlboro. I don't like to brag, but for this once I'll show off Marlboro. Here it is. There you go. Here's your little glimpse at Marlboro. But as for my brief thoughts on Marlboro, it's so-so ship. It's not really the greatest. Not really the greatest, but I would say it's better than He's in terms of the accuracy department. But take your time with it. Don't be like me where you rush to get it. You know, you get what I'm saying, but don't forget to like, watch, and subscribe for future World of Warships and Temple Run 2 gameplays, alright? And I hope to see you in the next video. I thank you always for all your support. I appreciate all of you, and thank you for 375 subscribers and 200,000 plus video views on this channel. I appreciate all of you. Let's get the views back up on the channel. Let's get us back into a good spot. All right. Thank you. See you on the next one.